Assalamualaikum, greetings of peace. My name is Hafsa Siddiqui and I'm your host for YATA Talks. Today we have a reoccurring guest, Sister Farina Siddiqui, who's here to talk to us about youth empowerment when it comes to getting a job and volunteer experience. Assalamualaikum, it's so good to have you again.
Walaikum assalam, Hafsa. Thank you for having me again.
So, for the viewers who haven't seen you so far, tell me a bit about yourself and what you do for the community.
I'm a community activist. I'm involved in so many different projects of the community, but I am a youth mentor, and this is what I'm here for, I believe, to talk about youth mentoring, to talk about youth empowerment.
Alrighty, thank you. So let's jump right into it. So you work with employing young people and you work when it comes to getting people in jobs and volunteer experiences. So my question to you, when's the right time to get a job for a young person?
I believe for volunteering, there is no set value for the perfect time or the right time, Hafsa. I think the youth or even the children should start volunteering at a very young age. So minimum I would suggest is to grade 8. They should start volunteering in the community to understand and have a sense of giving back to the community and to actually get into the habit of working with professionals, with other community members who can actually take them towards the more professional work and more understanding of how the work environment is in the community. When it comes to job, Hafsa, the best time is to start working on some kind of part-time or full-time opportunities is starting from high school. You see how OSSD or Ontario Secondary School Diploma requires you to provide mandatory 40 hours of volunteering? I think that should not be enough. That should not be the only hours of volunteering youth should put in. They should start working on some kind of part-time or full-time job, especially during summer. They need to take the advantage of so many the programs the government offers for youth, because our youth in our community is a lot of times, majority is living below the poverty line, and they need to take advantage of the offered programs from the government for that.
Okay, so you say volunteering is something anytime, anyone can get into that, and that's very reasonable, but my question is, when it comes to age level, what age do you think a young individual can balance school and work at the same time in a healthy way for both psychological and physical?
It's interesting that you're asking this question. I think today for our youth and young adults, it's all about time management.
Mm-hmm.
If our youth manages their time properly, they can put in a lot more effort that we can imagine. Because during the 24 hours, you need time for sleep, you need time for family connection, you need time for studying, and then 7 to 8 hours is spent, and sometimes more if some youth are doing night classes or extra courses to improve their academic successes. But they need to manage between their time on Skype, their time on social media, their time with friends, their time with family, and their time, as a youth mentor, I see a lot of youth with so much more potential that they put in.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I see them, wasting a lot of time, and some youth are so determined that they actually count all the things, all the hours they can put in a very systematic way. So it depends on the person, it depends on the kind of responsibility sharing, the understanding of the youth, and also the family environment, the kind of mentorship they get. Like for instance, if a youth is mentored by me or any other community members like me, the first thing that should be taught to our youth is the time management.
Mm-hmm.
How do you manage your time between your studies? How do you manage your workload? And it comes with pressures too. So our youth gets under stressed and even get into depression or other mental health disorders if their time management is not there, if they feel overwhelmed, if they feel stressed because of the workload. So I think there's no perfect age, I would say. There is the perfect time where you understand and learn the time management between your academic responsibilities, between your family relationship, and between your spare time or leisure time, I should say.
Alrighty, so I'm following what you're saying. Volunteering is for all ages, young ages, and career working as a young person is something that is subjective, different to each person. So my question to you is, what steps should a young person take if they want to get employed, to prepare themselves for work, to prepare themselves for managing this time? So what would your tips be?
If I can summarize it in one word, learn. Always ready to be in that learning phase. So learn from your environment. learn from your teachers. And I'm not talking about only academic learning. I'm not talking about if you're going to your mathematics teacher, only learn how to put these formula the best way possible. Learn how the teacher conducts the class. Learn from their skills. Learn from their experience. Ask questions. Ask extra questions. Like for instance, if you're going to your history teacher and they're teaching you about Canadian history, see how they went, they came to this place in their lives, starting from young age. Like for instance, when I was young, I used to ask my teacher, what can I do to be like you, to be in your spot, to be in your position? So those are the kind of questions who can help you learn, because every single person in this world provides a different story of struggles, of experiences, expertise, cultural values, and so much more. So always ready to learn is the most important thing. And then when you move on, try to get as many courses, try to get as many experiences, skills under your belt as it would be professional. Because it's very important for our youth to come up with a diverse set of experiences, skills, and studies to be more successful in the job market, and even if they want to do their own businesses in the future.
So what would be the steps for a youth they've never had work before, maybe they have minimal volunteer experience, what would be the steps for these guys to get into work, and what should they be doing?
So first of all, they need to sit down and understand what are some of their weaknesses and strengths. You need to understand what you enjoy working for, what do you enjoy offering to the community or to yourself. Like for instance, some people are very good when they're in front of camera, like you. Like, you know, you came up with this project and you wanted to work on this very project because you wanted to use your skills of public speaking, right? Some people are behind the scene or behind a computer screen working kind of people. Some people write good. So there are so much more potential in so many different people. So we need to tell our youth as a mentor, like this is what I say, what do you want to do? Like if a young volunteer, like a grade 8 volunteer, a grade 9 volunteer comes to me, or they're looking for a summer job or something at grade 10 level, I ask them, what do you want to do? What do you like doing? I don't just shove the responsibilities towards them. I ask them what they do, what they like doing, what they offer, what is their skills or their strength for the job I'm looking for. So like you need to understand you're an introvert or an extrovert, or you are a person who likes more social skills and those kind of things. So you need to understand what you're good at, and then ask the relevant kind of people, professionals in the community, to actually help you polish your skill. Do some shadow work under them. Prepare your resume based on your skill and your strengths, and then look for areas where you can strengthen your skills and where you can build your experience.
Okay, well, thank you so much. This has all been very, very helpful for us. So just to quickly sum it up, because we do have to end really quick, I was just wondering if you could give a message to our viewers of personal connections or personal ways you might have, and to give them some words on how they can become involved in community through volunteering and employment.
Thank you so much for having me, Hafsa. And for all the youth who is watching, the Government of Canada offers really good opportunities for our youth. Take advantage of that. I can talk about 2 opportunities here. Canada Summer Jobs Programs that is offered to the community organizations to get the funds from the government and to hire students during the summer weeks, 16 weeks program. So look for organizations who are offering the job opportunities under that program. These are the paid positions, and you are mentored by community members, community leaders who have the advantage of hiring you and who also do offer the mentoring program. The other opportunity I would like to mention is the Government of Canada's program for startup businesses. That again is summer. During summer months, you are awarded with a $3,000 grant to do a startup business. We can present the links to you. If you would like to connect with me, you can talk to me, email me at contact@farinasiddiqui.ca, or look for this link below on your screen to understand more about the programs I'm talking about. Thank you so much for watching.
Well, thank you so much. It has been a great pleasure to have you once again. I always love having you. If you liked what we said today, go below the link, subscribe, look at Farina Siddiqui's links below to contact her, and send us emails on what you want to hear next. I'm Hafsa Siddiqui, your host for YATA Talks.